Our topic for today is healthy body makes a healthy mind. Many people believe that a healthy body makes a healthy mind. We're assuming a healthy mind means something like integrity, happiness, and optimistic attitude. I believe that people who have a healthy body usually also have a healthy mind. The process of pursuing a healthy body requires good discipline. A person who achieves many life goals is likely to have a healthy mind. A healthy body can be a factor of healthy mind. Physically healthy people usually have more energy to work on things they care about, therefore have a better chance to enjoy their lives. It'll make us lead longer and happier life.
Aisha, do you think people are healthier today than they were 100 years ago?
Thank you, Umi, for the question. In my opinion, yes. Looking at diet, the claim that our grandparents had a healthier life than us seems a little dubious, and we are definitely able to access better healthcare and preventative medicine than they had access to. But they were probably healthier in terms of the amount of physical activities they did throughout the day. First thing first, we can see from education. These days, we have a lot of information about eating well. Even if we don't eat well, compared to 100 years ago, they don't know about the pyramid diet. For example, the amount of fat and meat they were eating had huge effect of people's lifespans. This is because people 100 years ago don't have education on eating healthy food. Next, people 100 years ago don't have stable financial. If you had major depression or any mental illness, your chance of recovery and returning to the community was basically nil. Because some people might pay to a health fine that could be used to pay a doctor, but that wasn't actually very common. In terms of medicine and access to medical care, these days have it better than our grandparents did. Last but not least is smoking habit. Another factor that influenced the health of people 100 years ago was cigarette smoking. For example, from my research, lung cancer death became prominent in the before war period. The lung cancer death rate rose for both sexes throughout the 1950s. Compared to these days, people smoke far less, which can only be good for our health. So, I would rather say yes, people are healthier today than they were 100 years ago, because nowadays, people can easily get to know about what to do for healthy body, healthy mind.
Umi, do you know that technology has caused even more stress in people's lives? Is it yes or no?
In my opinion, my answer is yes, because technology makes us feel addicted to the detriment of health. Ancient human life was much better both mentally and physically than it is now. In this era of modernization, the importance of technology in one's life, for example in terms of the mobile phones, computers, tablet, and so on, to communicate with other people. This technology may test a person's mental and physical abilities. In the current situation, a handful of people are fond of showcasing their needs, such as cutting-edge technology to people who can afford to earn as much as they can. Besides that, technology helps in the social development of today's teenagers. There are many useless applications available through mobile phone software, such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and so on. A handful of teenagers have abused existing application to the point of inviting criticism and slanders. This will affect their minds as well as some who want to hurt themselves by doing bad things. Communication technologies that involve online learning also put pressures on students. There are a handful of students who are unable to understand what the teachers is explaining during online learning because some are not skilled in using application, especially prepare for learning. There are also those who are unable to attend classes online because the internet is not well accessible, leading to student absenteeism. This will cause their minds to be unstable and unable to focus on what the teacher is learning online.
Fatin, can I ask you a question? How often do you eat processed food in a week?
Thanks, Husna, for the questions. So, how often I eat processed food in a week? Basically, I eat 3 times a week, and the reason why I take processed food is first about habit. First of all, we eat processed food due to our own habit. This is because we have been exposed to the processed food since childhood, such as ice cream, nugget. So the habit is hard to forget, and once we try not to eat processed food, we will become addicted and often imagine it when we are hungry. Next, the second point is easy to prepare. This processed food is very convenient for a person, especially for university students, employees, and unmarried. This is because this processed food take less time to prepare as compared to cooking healthy food. For example, making a Maggi cup is easier than cooking vegetable. So the third point is the taste. Moreover, this processed food become an option over healthy eating because of its delicious taste. Almost all processed food have added flavors such as sugar and salt. So consumers no longer need to add any flavoring ingredient. And the next one is cost and long lasting period. Price for processed food are cheaper than healthy food. It is available in large amount and can be stored for longer. Processed food can last up to a year, but the unprocessed food only lasts for a few weeks. And the last one is accessibility. These processed food are very easy to find. There are many stores that sell processed food compared to healthy food. For stores that sell processed food like 7-Eleven, it's open for 24 hours. Although processed food complement one's life, we also need to reduce our intake to maintain our healthy. Although it is delicious, but it has a high content of fat and high calorie. We need to control its intake so that our physically healthy as well as emotionally healthy. That's all from me. Thank you. So Nadira, I have one question for you. How often do you exercise in a week?
Hi, thank you Fatin for your question. How often do I do an exercise in a week is at least I'm doing it 3 times in a week. By doing an exercise, it can help us to reduce and control our weight. As we can see, since our country have an order to do MCO during COVID-19, to be honest, I spend a lot of my time doing nothing at home for a few months. And then I realized that I gained my weight around 4 to 5 kilogram, I guess. And then it makes me feel like, oh, I really have to do an exercise. After doing a research, I saw that almost 15% Malaysian adults are obese. So we have to do an exercise to reduce and control our weight. However, by doing a physical activities should be done along with a healthy eating plan in order for it to be truly effective. My second point is exercise is good for our brain. As we all know, our brain is the most important organ in our body. So all the steps to take care of it as best as we can is starting by today. By doing exercise, it gives so many benefits to our brain health. It improves blood circulation and brings all of the oxygen supply to our brain. Study shows that by doing an exercise, it can improve our thinking ability, especially when we get older. And the most important thing is by doing an exercise, it can help to reduce the risk of senile dementia. My last point is by doing an exercise, it also can make us more energetic. When we are doing an exercise continuously, the effect of our general health is a very, very positive. Instead of you can lose your weight, it also can reduce emotional stress and pain. Studies have also shown We're a group who often feel tired and also lead an inactive lifestyles has shown a positive change when they are start doing a physical activities. So all I can say is doing an exercise is not tiring, but it will give us more energetic.
Hello, I am Candidate D. In this topic, we are discuss about we can derive the pros and cons in terms of the idea thrown around. Staying physically healthy make us more active and enthusiastic in doing things. In addition, we'll also need to practice a healthy body and exercise at least twice a week. In my opinion, healthy body can make healthy mind, such as activity sport can make release stress and avoid illness like obesity, diabetes, and heart attack. It also can increasing our body metabolism. That's all. Thank you.